We're here. Oh, I have no idea. Uh, okay, I got it. Okay, good evening. I apologize. It happened last night. It happened again tonight. We went off. Don't know what's up with that. Forgive me. I deeply, deeply apologize. But it's always good to see you all. Tammy is in the house tonight. Tammy always 100, never fakes. Good to see you. Melissa is here tonight. Karen Porter, where else would she be? But right here with me and the gang. Earlier, I saw Jason Boulder on the site, Sexy Grandma, Scorpio One, Peggy, and T House. So hopefully they will come on back over and join us on this feed. So, we'll look into that tomorrow to see what's going on. That's the second time it's happened in a row. There's T House. I'm on time tonight. To God be the glory. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Let me know if you all can hear me clear because I'm have to use the headphones tonight, which I hate using. So let me know if you can hear me clear. As always, it is wonderful to see my good friend, Miss Hot Pink. She's here as always. She's also keeping law and order. I thank you much. Felicia Brown, good evening to you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Karen Porter says yes. All right. All right. There is Judy Baptiste, I think. Good evening. Um, we have a lot to talk about tonight. There's Tracy Taylor. Welcome. Welcome. Brian Dixon. Good evening to you. Welcome. Okay, thank you. Okay, Tammy says she can hear. Okay, Tracy Thomas is in the house tonight. Good evening to all of you. From my heart to yours, I greatly appreciate your genuine support for this show and what we are trying to do, and the awareness that we continue to try to bring concerning issues that are of great significance to you and your family's everyday life. Um, we had a title put up before we went off, and it was racism, hatred, and white privilege. Tonight, the phone lines are open. Um, the number is up 1-800 321 1811, extension 1, if you would like to go live and join in on tonight's topic. I would love to hear what you all think about some of the issues that I'm going to bring you tonight. Within the last week, there so much has been going wrong. And when I said so much is going wrong, it's really nothing new, but so much is going wrong in the Black community. It's like an order has went out, and that order is being executed to the fullest. And it simply says, destroy the Black family by any means necessary, uh, whatever the case may be. If you catch them in something, do what needs to be done. If you go by the law, great. If you don't, wonderful. I'll cover up for you. Um, there was an incident in Indianapolis we're going to discuss. There was a situation we're still working on in uh, Georgia with Ahmaud Arbery. Hope I said his name correctly. And there was some new developments on that today. we will be discussing that. We're also going to be discussing, let me find her name. I got to talk about this little girl right here. Uh, anyway, she is, oh, there she is. Her name is Shelley Luther, and she's in the great state of Texas. We'll discuss her very shortly. But um, before we get started, I'm gonna quote something that I heard a male say the other day. I don't know if it was a police officer, a bystander, the media, who it was. Many are assuming it was a police officer, and that may very well be the case. But I'm going to give you the quote, and then we're going to go into tonight's show. I think it's going to be a closed casket, homie. I think it's going to be a closed casket, homie. And we'll get to that shortly. And I'm sure many of you know where I'm going with this. Magic C, good evening. Welcome. Welcome. Roberta Rich is in the house from Pittsburgh. Thank you. We love you big time. Let me say this. A lot of times when we play the race card, it may not need to be played. But there are times when the race card is only played because the white card was laid on the table first. It's just as simple as that. A young lady, she may have said on YouTube or my Facebook page, I don't know. I didn't respond to it. I wanted to, but I said I'll just respond to it through a live feed. I don't remember her name, but she was a black lady. And she said that concerning the killing of an unarmed black man, Ahmad, in Georgia, that race was not even an issue. She said race was not even an issue. I don't know where she's been. I don't know what media outlet she's been listening to. I don't know her thought process. I don't know where she's been throughout life. But Stevie Wonder, with all due respect, can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that this is about race. It's as simple as that. We cannot lie from the truth. We cannot try to sugarcoat it. We cannot try to do damage control. It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. When you know what state something happened in, when you know the police department's history, when you have investigated the case as best you can, then you, without a doubt, know one thing. The case in Georgia is about race. It's simple as that. So you may not want it to be like that, ma'am, but it is what it is. So get your facts together before you speak, because you get no points for that. We're not here to try to rub your knee or your elbow or calm your nerves down. It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. If it's going to hurt, then it's going to hurt. A lot of things that continue to happen to Black people is simply because we deny what's really going on. And we sit back and say, well, I'm going to let the Lord take care of it. They're going to get that. It's coming to them. It's coming to them. It never will. It never will. For the past week, every day, it gets worse than the day before when it comes to Black people. It gets worse. There's no way that you can convince me that the case in Georgia is not race related. A Black man, 25 years old, jogging in his own neighborhood, a suburban neighborhood. I think he was about a street over from where he lived. He was hunted down like he was Sunday's prey. And with it all being filmed, he was lynched in broad daylight shortly after 1 p.m. February 23rd. Gregory McMichael and his son, Tracy McMichael, are the perpetrators. And we know this to be the case simply because if we didn't know in February, because of a video that was uploaded from a radio station that immediately went viral. We know beyond a shadow of a doubt that there is no need for a grand jury to examine this case because we can see with our own eyes and know that, those two right there did it. So we don't need a grand jury to convene on this. We see it. And if it's true what they say in the courtroom that the video don't lie, why do we need a grand jury? We don't. That's another stall tactic. And the grand jury can also come back and say, I find no fault. Don't tell me that they won't. Don't tell me that they can't. We've seen this too many times before, where the evidence was there of wrongdoing, not only wrongdoing by an individual or police officer, whatever the case may be, but an illegal act being inflicted upon someone Black, and the grand jury come and say, I find no fault. I find no fault. Now, when Lee Williams and Ken Spirituals did the song Fault, and he talked about when the crowd took Jesus to Pilate, and he stood there, and while Pilate asked him, are you guilty? Are you guilty? Are you guilty? But he never said a mumbling word. Pilate simply said, you're standing here, you're looking at me, you won't talk to me. I got the power, I can crucify you, I can let you go. And then Jesus responds by telling him, all the power that you have within you is what my Father from heaven has given you. Pilate said, bring me some water. I want to wash my hands. He took him back to the people and said, I don't want to be guilty of killing this innocent man. Jesus was innocent. Jesus was innocent. Gregory McMichael and Tracy McMichael are guilty. It's as simple as that. Cynthia, last couple days, she got throughout the house and she said, I just keep thinking about when I saw him fall. And that's what I think about the most, when I saw Ahmad just hit the ground after the second shot hit him. And he died on the scene. The white boys, they laughed, they giggled. Drunk beer, they left the scene. We uploaded the 911 call that was released, and I'm sure it was probably edited. That is on our Injustice Investigations Facebook page. You can go there and listen to the 911 call. From the moment this happened, lies were being told. And I'll kind of speed doing some of this because we talked about it last night. I want to get to a couple of more stories. The previous district attorney that was on this case said to police officers, well, I don't see any wrongdoing. I don't see any need to pursue any charges. They were in their right to kill it. Simply because they didn't say this, but I'm putting it in there. That's a nigga. He shouldn't have been trying to break in. The 911 call said it was a robbery in progress. But it wasn't a robbery in progress. That's why I don't give a fuck what the police say when they're writing their report. I know about police language. I know how it works. You say what needs to be said to clear your ass. And if you are a rookie, the veteran gonna come and school you on how to write this report up. And it's gonna be in your favor. A man was executed, lynched in 2020 in broad daylight by two white boys. And you say you find no fault in them. And that's not hard to believe. Because if I don't like this nigga, and that's what we are to a lot of, if I don't like this nigga, I ain't did nothing wrong. It was justice to you may be injustice to others. What you see as illegal and wrong, some see everything fine. Hey, Bob, come on and go out and get a couple of beers. Fuck that shit. Hey, we good. We ain't going to jail. I used to be a goddamn assistant DA investigator and a police officer. Let's go, Bob. And life goes on. For these racist, good old boys, whether they like one another or not, they solid in their beliefs when it comes to niggas. They will uphold their very own, even if they don't like the son of a bitch. You killed the nigga, I got you. I got you. Case closed. You can't buck the system because the police said this and the police said that. But watch this. Just because the police says something does not mean it's the gospel. Well, the police have confirmed, told you last night, every day, the police confirm this, confirm that. Just because the police say, and not in this case, this is on another case, that we found the gun. Does that necessarily mean that the police department found the gun? No, it doesn't. But they would take that lie and walk that lie up into the courtroom and raise their right hand and tell that goddamn lie. Yeah, there's the gun right there. I'm gonna do it, I think. I'm gonna do it, I promise you. Now, if you have a gun, in a lot of cases, it's not illegal. If you have a permit for it, you're good. If you have a gun and you don't have a permit for it, that's illegal. But now watch this. You can have a gun, and if you're not vanishing that gun at a police officer, you're good. You might get the gun charge, but you can have a gun and not touch it. You can also have a gun and hold it in your hand like this. Does that mean you're about to kill an officer? Not necessarily. Does that mean they will knock your ass off? You goddamn right. But I've seen white people, and I'm going to upload the videos tomorrow. I've seen white people in the past not to just have a gun, but have assault rifles. And it's a standoff with the police department for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 goddamn hours without one shot being fired. I remember watching the video of a white cop talking to a white man who had a rifle. And several 911 calls came in about it, and they came. And he kept shooting. No, we don't want to shoot you, sir. No, we're not going to do. What's going on? Talk to me. Let's talk about it. Hey, I'm going through things with my wife. Don't worry about it. We're not going to shoot you. And they talked to this man for a long time. And finally, he put the gun down. And he sat down. And the white officer went, sat by him, didn't move the goddamn gun. That's how much he trusted that man not to turn on him. He sat down and they talked. Had that been somewhat of my color, had that been me, Mama wasn't here then, she was dead and gone, but it'd have been sad singing and slow driving for my black ass. They would have knocked me off planet Earth so fucking goddamn fast, you wouldn't have even known that I was on planet Earth. White privilege is here. It has been here, and it will never leave. That's how they treat their very own. Ahmad wasn't burglarizing nothing. Didn't get into an altercation with a homeowner of a home that he had just burglarized. I'm telling you this because the story keeps changing. Well, no, that one is we caught him looking inside of a house under construction. That's not a crime. That's not a crime. Well, no, I'm saying they caught him in another house the night before. And so we couldn't get him. And then we saw him the next day. And we just want to talk to you. Stop. And he wouldn't stop. Does that give you the right to hunt him down because he wouldn't stop? No, it doesn't. You're an ex-police officer. an ex-DA investigator. You know the law. You make the call. You make the call and you sit your ass there until help arrives. You don't take the law into your own hands. But he don't have to worry about that. He's white. This is Georgia. We don't give a fuck. Go on our Facebook page and you can read the 3-page report from the DA. I find no fault in them. He did what he had to do. He was about to do no more black that he wrong. But he wasn't wrong. Whether he lived in that neighborhood or not, you can jog wherever the fuck you want to jog. Being black is not a crime. Being black is not a spell. Being black is not evil. I'm black and I love it. I love it. Deborah Dickinson, thank you so much. I love you big time. It's nothing wrong with being black. When I wake up, I'm excited about this black man. You're not supreme over me because of the color of your skin. I don't know who taught them that shit in the beginning, but they were taught fucking wrong. But to this day, whites still see themselves as superior and us as just niggas. It's as simple as that. And we'll do what the fuck we want to do and we'll get away with it. In this case, this might have ended another way. Someone says, breaking news, they just charged them. You better not be lying to me. Who is this? Sharon Baker. I'm gonna check while we're on this live feed. She says they just charged those men. That's a wonderful thing. If they just charged them, that's a wonderful thing. If they just charged those, I'm searching for it now, and it had. Okay. I don't see it yet. That doesn't mean that you're wrong. It's just that I don't see it yet. So if they did, then that's a wonderful thing. But maybe tomorrow I'll come back on it because I don't see it now. But I'm not saying you're wrong. I just don't see it yet, and it could pop up. Okay. Moving right along. After the video surfaced, everything stopped. Now these white boys are now panicking. Oh, God damn, it's out. I find it very strange that once the video comes out, or before it comes out, like somebody knows it's about to come out, well, we're going to turn this over to the grand jury. Now it's covering my own ass. Covering my own ass. Somebody says, I can send it to you. Please do. Email it to me, investigationscott@gmail.com. Investigationscott@gmail.com. Thank you so much. So now we got to do something since the video's out. The pressure is on. And you know what's bad? That black people have to put the pressure on white people to do what's right. When you raised your hand, you took an oath to uphold the law. We don't expect for you to become criminals when you said you would uphold the law. That's why you're there. But you do everything but that. You all were ready to let these white boys ride off into the sunset and enjoy life, while his mama is making TV appearance with her head hung down because y'all executed her boy. And then you told her the first lie, he was involved in a robbery with a homeowner. They tussled over the gun, and that's how he died. So you actually lied to his mother, which tells me one thing. You have no regards for the law, and you have no regards for mankind. Anybody that would do this to somebody black and not give a damn, don't you think just because you they same color, they won't do it to you? If you evil, you are just fucking evil, point blank. But things have to change And we can't keep saying, we're going to wait, we're going to wait, we're going to wait, we're going to wait. I'm in my fucking 50s. I've been waiting for a change to come since the first day I popped out of my mother's womb. And ain't a goddamn thing changed. If anything, it's getting worse. It's as simple as that. Walked out, talked out, prayed out. I'm not doing that. We got to approach the injustices that blacks continue to receive in this country in a new way. Told you last night, when we start busting them on their motherfucking ass, that should have stopped. That should have stopped. When cops execute, I don't give a damn if the cop is black or white. When the cop execute black, innocent, unarmed men, if you start knocking 2 of them motherfuckers off for every one of us that they knock off, that bullshit will come to its motherfucking end. I have no goddamn pity for you. I know all cops are not bad. I know this shit. But tell me, where are the good motherfucking cops at when the bad cops are acting a goddamn motherfucking ass? I tell you what they at, somewhere with their head between the goddamn ass, because they bitches. So you got to tell me that all cops are, I know that. But the good ones don't seem to give a fuck either. And when you stay on the fucking police force and you black and you know what went down, you know what they did, I have no respect for your ass. None whatsoever. I will throw that badge on the fucking floor, gun on the table, and walk the fuck out. These are my people. I can't keep letting y'all fuckers over like that. Do you not know just they will knock your ass off when you have on a gun and a badge? They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. So what do we do? Someone quoted, put a thing, I'm checking the email right quick. Someone put a thing up the other day on our page, talking to the protesters in Georgia. Basically, the gentleman said, I applaud you all for what you're doing. Just make sure you do it peaceful. Make sure you do it peaceful. Sometimes I don't respond because I really shouldn't respond, period. But a lot of times I have to hold myself from responding because I'm gonna come out angry. I'm gonna come out pissed. I don't want you to tell me to hold a protest. Okay, I think Cynthia's bringing it to me now. Okay, hey, get they motherfucking bitch ass. Father and son charged with murder of unarmed black men. Somebody ought to give God some glory. Hey! Lock they bitch ass up. Lock them motherfuckers up. But the fight has only just begun. We got to go through the procedures. And we got to make sure we watching them motherfuckers. Every time you put pen to paper, let me see it, bitch. Let me see it. Let me see it. Lock their ass up. But it's sad that thank you, baby. It's sad that we have to get to this point to make you do what you took an oath to do. 2 men have been arrested and charged with murder and aggravated assault for the February shooting of 25-year-old Ahmaud Arbery. According to the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, Gregory McMichael, 64 years old, and his son, Travis McMichael, 34, were arrested on Thursday and will be booked into the Glenn County Jail. Thank you. I could end the show now. Thanks, Sharon. I could end it now. I could and be done. And be done. I'm excited, but I'm still pissed. An arrest does not guarantee a conviction, but that's a start. But it don't stop there. There's a third name that you got to arrest as well. His name is William Bryan. William Bryan is the man that you all have been asking about. You didn't know it was a male or female, but you've been asking, who filmed this? Who filmed this? Well, he is their neighbor and friend. He also chased Ahmad, got in his car, fallen in the truck to block him in. He also, we're told, while he was in his vehicle, he cocked his gun. He cocked his gun. So this motherfucker was going to shoot him too. I guess it took him too long to get out the car, or he had got so hung up on filming it that he didn't do it. He's not a saint. He's not a saint. His ass must be locked up as well. Have to be. Have to be. So how did they get the video to the radio station? I don't know who did. I have my suspicions. Maybe they said it. I just hadn't saw it yet. But my suspicions is it's not a fact. So I'm not going to even go there. But I have no pity for him. I wouldn't say let's be lenient because he did film it. Really? I think the motherfucker filmed it for their own goddamn enjoyment. Something they want to put on DVD and watch the shit over and over again. Look how we did. Look at him down there going to his knees. I knew it was over there. I was one thing. Huh? That's what they did. But when the shit get hot in the kitchen, you get to thinking, oh God, I got to cover my ass. I can't go down for this shit. I can't go down for this shit. He also needs to be arrested. It's as simple as that. Okay. This white girl, and then we're going to get to the last story. I'm kind of off now because I got excited about them being arrested. To God be the glory for that. Dallas, Texas, there's a salon owner named Shelley Luther. You all have seen the story all day, I'm sure. Shelley, now watch this. Was it Governor Abbott of Texas? I think that's his name. In the midst of the coronavirus pandemic, rules began to change. There was a rule that said you cannot open up too soon. Let us tell you when. If you violate this, you stand a chance of being fined or go to jail for a few days, or both. Well, this white woman, Shelley Luther, she disobeyed. I watched her, and y'all saw it. She tore it up. And she said, yes, I'm going to open. So here's what the crowd saying, her fan club. I don't see anything wrong with it. She had to feed her children, pay her bills. I think everybody that go to work or own their business, that's what they're doing it for. That's what they're doing it for. She didn't disobey because she had to pay bills and feed her children. She disobeyed because she's a white woman and she's got connections. I'm not doing a goddamn thing. I'm going to open up when I get ready and I'm going to close when I get ready. So the governor demanded the judge let her out. Black guy. It's not happening. It's not happening. She went against what you laid out as far as procedures to be followed in opening back up. She opened it up, her business, too soon, and she knew not to do that. They demanded the governor that the judge let her out. I said, not gonna do it. Well, Texas governor said, well, fuck it. I'll pay the fine for it. What the fuck you say? Do you know her? She got some good pussy? Or what's going on? So you're gonna just say, fuck the judge upholding your law, upholding. You put this out there. And the judge was obeying you. Am I wrong? Tell me if I'm wrong. Somebody said, Mr. Scott, you're wrong this time. But I don't think but if I am, just tell me. Fuck that nigga. We're gonna let her out. Well, then you get this super stupid, lost in la la land, so fucking dumb she can't spell dot fucking com. This motherfucker, when interviewed, when she was running trying to get in the White House, Sarah Palin was asked, "What type of magazines do you read?" All of them. Bitch, every magazine on the fucking planet. Yeah, I read them all. Somebody remember that. Somebody remember that. This motherfucker serious. The pig on her lipstick. So she comes down and take pictures and shit. Okay. Governor, I'm calling. Get over there, do this and do that. About 2-3 hours ago. I'm sure y'all all know what happened by now. Okay, Sharon Baker, you were right. Thank you. I'm going to go look at it. Cynthia brought it in to me. I gratefully appreciate you bringing it to my attention because I did not know, but you made my night a little bit better. I gratefully appreciate you for that. So now I'm making comments on Facebook. Basically, I'm saying, what the fuck is so extra special about Shelley? Shelley broke the law. She went to jail. So here come the racist white folks. Miss, you so fucking dumb. She didn't break the law. She didn't break no law. That's a racist ass judge. I said, so you mean to tell me they locked Shelley Luther up for passing out Girl Scout cookies? Really? I mean, I'm thinking if you get locked up, if you get locked up, that means you did something wrong. You violated something. So the governor steps up again. I'm going to amend that law. Nobody will be locked up for disobeying. You don't change the rules in the middle of a motherfucking game just to suit a goddamn white, trifling, white privileged bitch. That bitch broke the law. That bitch should still be in jail. The white bitch, the white bitch, the white bitch. Shelley Luther, the white bitch should still be in jail. But you're going to cherry pick who we lock up and who we don't lock up based upon the color of your skin. Well, if you're going to do it that way, let me save you some trouble. Don't even come up with a law then. Let's just all be buck wild and willy-nilly out here in this motherfucker. It's as simple as that. These motherfuckers went above and beyond duty to free this white woman from a 7-day sentence. I'll be got motherfucking damn 7 days the bitch couldn't do. Oh, you didn't want her to do it. White privilege in full effect. White privilege in full effect. T-House, love you big time. Thank you so much. White privilege in full effect. Now you tell me that this bitch went to jail for not breaking the law. Tell me that there was just a prejudiced judge who did not implement that law, but was simply upholding the governor's law. Now the governor scrapped that bill. So you made it retroactive, huh? It must be wonderful to be white in America. Has to be. Must be wonderful. White privilege. Wow. Oh yeah, someone said Francis Wilmore. Yeah, she had a GoFundMe page set up. Someone gave me the amount earlier. I think it was well over. I think 50,000. I think it. I think if somebody know the amount, let me know. But I do remember they set that up. So we gonna so this bitch can pay her bills, huh? She got a wonderful check, right? So what do you do with the money? What do you do with the money? The funds you raise, I mean, we all know was way too much. So do she give the money back to the people? No. White folks say, Shelley, keep it. Love you. They're niggas and then they're black people. But every black person on planet Earth has a nigga in them. I'm gonna say it again. They're niggas and then they're black people. But every black person on planet Earth has a nigga in them. White folks, here's what you're doing. You're orchestrating the great catastrophe that you will not be able to deal with when the nigga rise up in all blacks. Not to mention the 100% full niggas 24/7. You would not be able to handle the wrath that will come down on your motherfucking ass. Is it a threat? What the fuck you think? What do you think? It is a threat. This shit must stop. White privilege. You killing us on tape and your bitch ass still get away with it. And we just got to sit here and pray to God and pray that a change gonna come. If a goddamn change ain't came in 2020, let me be the first to tell you, breaking fucking goddamn news, black people, it ain't coming. It ain't coming. It's not. Not for you, because you're black. Some of y'all sit with the white folks at work, maybe 20 white people, one or two blacks, and you look down on us because you're there. See all these certificates I got? That ain't why your goddamn ass there. Your ass is there because of affirmative action. If it wasn't for that, your black ass wouldn't be there. And don't you think they want you there? Don't you think that? But here's what they're doing. They're trying to take us back 400 motherfucking years since Trump took office. Hate crime skyrocketed. Black people, prepare yourselves. I put that on, what's it? I put on all my pages. I think someone on YouTube responded. There's two responses. I think one person said yes, and then an idiot said, prepare for what? Let's go on to the next story. It's imperative that we always report crooked cops. You have to report crooked cops because it's the right thing to do. You have to report crooked cops so that a black man can make it home tonight. You have to. It's okay to film the police. Just don't interfere in what's going on. Don't cuss them out. Don't say anything. Just stand there and film. That's your right. And when you get them right, expose their ass. Never turn over that recording to the police. Get an attorney and you go from there. Never let them see it. Take that video, send it somewhere, cloud somewhere, and save it. Never give it to the police. I need that. No, you don't need shit. If you need it, get your goddamn warrant. And by the time you come back, that bitch will be gone. Don't do it. Two black men in Walmart walking around with face masks on. Police officers follow behind them because they look suspicious. A doctor gets handcuffs put on him when he's out doing what's right, simply because he was black and nearby. Someone sent me an email today to go and look at a story about a young man in Minneapolis. They gave me his name and asked me to go and look at it. And I did. By now, you all know who I'm talking about. His name is Sean Reed. He was in Minneapolis. This happened Wednesday. It was a live feed via Facebook. And I went on, I think it was Spice Channel today. She was doing a live and she was discussing the story. And she brought up something that had disturbed me too. But I didn't want to read too much in it, you know. She brought up the fact that while he was in the vehicle driving, being chased, well, yes, that there was you could hear no sirens, you couldn't see any lights. But I'm like, okay, that's no biggie, you know. Sometimes they come with lights to follow you, and sometimes okay, but it just kind of bothers me. And so I'm watching a young man. He has his shirt is off, and he's kind of giving a play-by-play as to what's going on. And he said 3 times, I think, y'all come get me. Please come get me. But the last time he said it with fear. I could hear it in his voice. He said it with fear. Rogers, good evening to you. Welcome. He said it with fear. And when he got out, you could hear him say what or something to that extent. I guess some words are exchanged. The next thing I hear the sirens, and then I hear gunshot. Oh my God! Oh my God! And I knew then he had been hit. He said something to the officer. You shot me. You shot me. And when the video started, it got up to, in the middle of the chase, I think 4,000 people watching it. By the time it ended, over 6,000 people were watching the live feed. After that, they could basically see nothing, I think, but the sky. But let's go back to tell you what the police said happened. Again, it happened in Minneapolis on Wednesday. Authorities said there was an individual driving a Toyota Corolla north side near West 62nd Street and Michigan Road. The police alleges the speeds got up to 90 miles per hour. He was asked to pull over. He would. The first car that was following him, if I remember the report correctly, was a unmarked unit, and then marked units came. Um, and then he was shot, and he died on the scene. Now, we don't know who said it, or at least I don't know who said it, but we could hear it after he was shot. Someone said, the quote I gave you earlier, I think it's going to be a closed casket, homie. I'm going to assume that that was a police officer. That right there tells me they don't give a damn about your motherfucking life. We will take you out. I wear a badge and I have a gun on my hip. That's your ass. If it, uh, for what it's worth, if it's true, I'm told it was a black officer that shot and killed. I don't care if it was a black officer, a Chinese, Mexican, or whatever. I just want to know why. And he was trying to run it. He didn't have a gun, but you alleged that you found a gun on the scene. Just because the police said they found a gun on the scene does not necessarily mean the police found a gun on the scene. They lie. They plant guns. When you're crooked, you carry extra weapon to put to cover your ass. And sadly, a lot of police departments know about this. They don't give a fuck. They will cover your ass. I don't know what he did other than was speeding. They say driving erratically on Interstate 65. That's about all I have. But we do know at 6:16 a call. The radio goes out. He's been shot. Mike Epps spoke out on this through his Instagram, and I'm paraphrasing. He's pissed. He's pissed about what happened. And he lets you know that we must do something. We must become proactive. We cannot let y'all, black or white, just kill our children and look at it as just another day on the fucking job and you go home to your family and this child is dead. I tell you all the time. Then you send the nigger to the mics to speak to us, to calm black America down. Y'all can protest, but just be peaceful. And again, they come with riot gear. When you look back at a lot of protests, sometimes it done a little good, then a lot of times it didn't. They really don't give a fuck about you protesting. They don't. We need a new approach to the injustices that we continue to receive in this country. And marching and protesting, I'm tired of that shit. We'll do that for a minute and then we'll stop and we'll go back on with our lives. Someone says, Spice, oh, the Spice topic. She says, oldest trick, gun on the scene. Okay, oldest trick in the fucking book. She's right. Oldest trick. And it still works. It still works. I don't remember her name, but it was on Spice live feed where I'm assuming it was his sister because she said something to the extent about, will y'all please remember my brother in a positive light? And that's the only comment I remember seeing. I just kept looking at it. And, you know, it's like I could feel her energy because when the media began to portray the brother, anything he's done wrong will be brought up. If he hasn't done anything wrong, well, let me put it this way. If there's not a story, they will make a story. As they kept showing pictures of Trayvon Martin, a lot of them with him throwing up, I guess, gang signs. But when they showed George Zimmerman, he was always in a suit or just a regular outfit. So what I started doing was showing George Zimmerman in a goddamn prison uniform. Every time I spoke on it, I put that up. It's us against them. We have to wake up and we have to come together and get the police department and others so fucking scared that they will seek the guidance of Jesus before they pull a fucking trigger ever again. But Mike Epps went a little further. He said, we also as blacks, we have to stop giving the police department a reason to pump bullets in our black ass. We have to. I'm not saying that was the case with Sean Reed, but in a lot of incidents, you go back, they did. You're doing things you shouldn't be doing. But we know sometimes you can be doing the right thing. Hands up, hands down, they still shoot us. It's sad when black parents have to get their children ready for a psychological adjustment before they leave home. Now, if you get stopped by the car, keep your hands on the wheel. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. White parents don't have to do that shit. They said they need to take the officers back to the academy and retrain them. That's not what they need to do. That's not something that can be fixed in the academy. If you're racist, you're racist. If you're diabolical, you're diabolical. If you're crooked, you're crooked. You need to pay close attention to who you're giving a badge and a gun to. Sometimes we do everything that we know we should do, and we still wind up shot. Racism is ignorance, and ignorance keeps us separated. It's just as simple as that. Before we leave, it's not enough, again, to say you care, but don't care enough to get out and make a difference. You got to take a gamble. I don't have a problem with sharing raw videos. I don't have a problem with telling you how a TI is. Nothing sugar coated, no shit cookies. Give it to you the way they did it. You need to see what's happening. It's sad when a black child goes out, the parents are as nervous as virgins on prom night because they don't know if that black child will come back home again, because he can be executed, lynched in broad daylight in 2020 by racist, diabolical, trigger happy cops and black, trigger happy, super stupid, house nigger, field nigger cops. Police language, I feared for my life. Police language, I thought he had a gun. I don't know how many times the brother was shot. I will look into that tomorrow. It's been an extremely busy day, so I didn't get a chance to do a lot of things that I wanted to do. It's also been a sad day because, I'm sensitive. This made me shed a tear because I just kept thinking about the two men, Ahmad, Sean. They gone. They dead. And once again, we got boots on pavement. We got to get on our knees and beg for an arrest. We have to do that. How many times have you seen a white woman getting on her knees, begging for justice for her son? If you got to think about it, there's your answer. I am trying to put together, not trying, it will happen next week. I don't know what date, but it will happen, be it the Lord willing. We're going to do a thank you, L. Brown. We're going to do a 2-hour special. And I'm trying to do this with some other YouTubers. So if you're on this live feed and you would like to join in this topic, we're going to do it via phone. I want at least 2 or 3 other YouTubers. Oh, you don't have to be a YouTuber. If you just want to join in on this, of course, the topic is racism. And it's about 2 hours. And it's going to be deep. It's going to be deep. We need to start a dialogue. And we need to keep a dialogue going. And not the first time. This will be a repeat. We'll continue to do this. Eventually, I'm going to invite someone white on the show. And I would prefer it be someone that don't like blacks that well. I want to listen to them. Because we cannot put a dent in this if it's just blacks always meeting together talking about it. I want to know why you don't like my black hat. I want to know what you've been told. They can say whatever they want to say that night. We're not going to stop them. It's a free night. Anything goes. Just let me know how you feel about us. People keep saying cops are scared of black people. Cops are not scared of black people. Any motherfucking cop that's scared of any goddamn body don't need to put on a motherfucking goddamn badge. They're not scared of us. Intimidated by the power of some of us, but they're not scared of us. They execute us, not because they're scared of us. They execute us because we're still considered 3/5 of a human. So how many more we gonna let get killed before we become proactive? My condolences to both of the families. Um, it's a trying time. It's a trying time. And it's getting worse. It's getting worse. During this hour video, probably 3 black men in the United States have been shot by a police officer. And that's the fact. Keep their stories alive. Keep their stories alive. Crooked cops, you must report crooked cops so a black man can make it home. Try not to give the officers any reason to pump bullets in you or to even harass you, but sometimes you can do everything right and they still will come at your ass. Everybody is somebody's child, whether you like them or not. There's absolutely, positively, unquestionable, nothing wrong with the color of your skin. What's wrong is how people see the color of your skin and how they see you. Thugging it out, gangster, Wall Street, suit and tie. We're still at the beginning and ending of every day. To some racist white people, we are still nothing but niggas. There's a war that's going on. Black people, prepare yourselves. White people are preparing themselves. I'm Al Scott with Injustice Investigations. We love you. We'll see you all maybe tomorrow night if my voice holds up. It's been doing good for 2 days. I love you big time. Once again, we apologize about going off air when this live feed started. But if you're interested in having this discussion around the table, 2-hour discussion, send me an email at investigationscott@gmail.com. Or you can call 1-800-321-1811 and push extension 1. Caveman Craze, peace to you. Appreciate your support. Thank you all who are on the live feed with us tonight. If you believe in anything that I'm saying, I'm asking that you share the video. Y'all have a good night. Hot Pink, thanks for keeping order in the house tonight. We love y'all. Y'all have a good night.